Happy Wednesday. So today what we're going to be talking about is the fundamental principle of counting. And this is very, very easy. Once you kind of look at it and see it written out, you'll see that once you think it out, you'll really have no problem with it. So let's just take a look here. And it says, Nick came across the following problem. A 4-digit number is randomly selected from all the 4-digit numbers that can use the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 with repeated digits allowed. What is the probability that the number selected is 2,763? Okay, so the first thing we got to know is how many combinations are possible. Okay, that's the first thing we have to know. And when it says here, with repeated digits allowed, that means if I pick a 2, then that's going to go back in the bag. Okay, so the second time that 2 is available for me. So let's take a look. So the first time I pick a digit, I have 7 digits to choose from. I can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. So I know the first time I have 7 digits to choose from. Now, because I can put that digit back for the second number, I again have 7 digits to choose from. And again, I can put that back into the drawing. So the third time, I again have 7 to choose from. And again, put that back. And the fourth time, I have 7. So it says, how many combinations or choices are there for each decision? So if I take 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, that's going to give me 7 to the 4th, which is going to be 2,401 possible combinations. So there are 2,401 possible combinations for digit numbers using the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then it says, what is the probability that the randomly selected number will be 2,763? So the probability of that number that we are selecting, it's kind of like playing the lottery, is 2,763. So I know there's 7 digits, so now I have a 1/7 of a chance. Okay. Now that number is going to be put back into the drawing. So for my second, again, I have a 1/7 chance. For my third digit, I have a 1/7 chance. And for my fourth digit, I have a 1/7 chance. So altogether, I have a 1 in 2,401, which gives me about a 4.1% or 4.16% chance of pulling 2,763 out of the bag or whatever I'm looking at. All right. So then it says, how many 4-digit numbers could you make with the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 if you could not use any digit more than once? So let's take a look at that. So I have the first digit, I have 7 numbers to choose from, not a problem. So once I pick one of those numbers, I cannot put that back. So my second digit, now I only have 6 digits to choose from. And once I take that one out, I cannot put that back. So my third digit, now I have 5 digits to choose from. And then the fourth, I have 4 digits. So now for this one, 7 times 6 times 5 times 4. So now I have 840 different combinations. Okay, so if I wanted to know what the probability of getting 2,763, but I could not put my digits back, then I would have a 1/7 chance of getting a 2 the first time. I would have a 1/6 chance of getting a 7 the second time. I would have a 1/5 chance of getting a 6 the third time, and I would have a 1/4 chance of getting a 3 the fourth time. So then I would have 1/840, which is 0.12 2% chance. So my odds aren't looking real good there. Okay, so think of the lottery, how they have like, what, 56 balls in there, and I think they're from 1 to 9. So, or yeah, 1 to 9. Or is it 0? I don't remember if it's 0 to 9 or 1 to 9. But anyway, and they're all bouncing around. So, I mean, your chances of picking, 5 numbers that they pick are so low, it's crazy. All right, so then, can my calculator find it faster? Okay, so how many possible ways can the words in the letters in the word math be arranged? So the first time, I have 4 different combinations. Okay, I could have M for my first letter, M for my second, M for my third, M for my fourth. It doesn't matter. My next letter, one of those letters are going to be gone because I've already used it for my first letter. So now I have 3. So after that, then now I only have 2 letters left. Okay, and then after that I have 1. Okay, so with this now, I have 42 different combinations that I can rearrange the word math. Okay. Now this is called, and I can use what we call a factorial. And I think in Mrs. Hukill's class, we've already talked about factorial a little bit, but we're going to look at it again. Okay, so in order to find factorial, what factorial is, if I have 7 factorial, what that is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's 7 factorial. And that gives me 5,040 if I multiply those. So I could have looked at this. How many times can the word math be rearranged? Because I can't repeat anything, I know that it's going to go 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is the same as saying 4 factorial. And in my calculator, I can actually put in 4 factorial. Let me show you how. So if you have a TI-84, let's go to our camera here. All right, here's my TI-84. So let's say I want to know 9 factorial, okay? So I'm going to go over here to the math button, and I'm going to press that. So let's press that. And up at the top, you'll see all kind of choices. I'm going to cursor over to where it says probability. And then you'll notice in the probability, if you go down to number 4, that's the factorial. So I'm going to hit that. So now I have 9 factorial. So that's the same. It's calculating 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And that's going to tell me that it's 362,880. Okay. I can also use my Desmos or my graphing or my iPad if I want to. So if I want to know what 9 factorial is, I'm going to hit my 9, and then I'm going to go to the ABC, and you'll notice down here on my keyboard I have a little exclamation point, which is our factorial button, and you'll notice I get 362,880. Okay, so that's my factorial button. So wonder if I have 9 factorial divided by 6 factorial. How could I calculate that? Well, let's look at it, what it really means. So 9 factorial is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, times 1. And 6 factorial is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Well, if I look at this, I know I can cancel this out, because that equals 1. I know I can cancel that out. I can cancel that out, and that, and that, and that. So actually, 9 factorial divided by 6 factorial is the same as, it's the same as saying 9 times 8 times 7. And if I do that, then I know that that equals 504. Okay, so 9 so you can cancel out. So you don't really have to put you don't really have to put all your numbers in there, because they're going to cancel each other out. So if I had, let's say I had 4 factorial divided by 3 factorial. Well, again, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 3 times 2 times 1. I know that's going to cancel that out. 4 factorial divided by 3 factorial equals 4. It's pretty easy. Your homework tonight is just going to use some more problems like this. It's going to give you some, just give you some practice in doing using the fundamental principle of counting. If you have any questions, go ahead and email us and we'll be happy to answer them.